The sudden flood of light caused Seymour to blink rapidly as he struggled to accustom his eyes to its sting and see where the little Englishwoman had led them. Until they were outside the walls of Drumwich and riding hard toward Scotland, he would be wise to remain cautious around her. He was not sure what could prove worse than being chained in a dark cell awaiting death, but he would take no chances. If nothing else, he owed the 5 men who had ridden with him all his strength, wit, and cunning to get them away from Drumwich free and safe. A soft noise drew his gaze to a bed of blankets and furs upon the floor of the small chamber. He moved closer to stare down at the small boy lying there and staring back at him. Thick raven curls marked him as kin to Jolene, but those big eyes were a clear, bright blue. When the little boy smiled at him, Seymour smiled back. "How wondrous," said Jolene as she picked up her nephew. "He is not frightened of you at all."
"Why should he be frightened of me?"
demanded Seymour, scowling at her.
"Oh, indeed, why? Mayhap because you are a stranger, built like a mountain and smelling like a privy."
"I do not smell like a privy."
He accepted his weapons from a grinning Liam.
"Where are the supplies?"
Jolene pointed to the 7 sacks she had carefully packed.
"There, 1 each. Before he fled, old Thomas readied the horses, and the saddle packs are also packed with all you brought with you and whatever else we could fit into them. Wineskins, waterskins, and bedding are already secured to the saddles."
She gave Liam a brief smile of gratitude when he moved to help her secure Reynard in a blanket sling which settled the small boy close against her chest. The moment they all had their cloaks on, Seymour gave her a little nudge.
"Lead on, lass."
She nodded, and as Seymour picked up the sack she had intended to carry along with his own, she grabbed a torch and started to lead them away from her small haven. One of the men behind her had obviously picked up a torch as well, and she was glad of the added light. Despite the safety she had found in the passages beneath the keep, she hated them, hated the suffocating dark of them. Only in the little chamber had she dared light enough torches and candles to push back the dark. The only thing that had kept her lurking about in the chill bowels of the keep was her fear of Harold. Having 6 large men marching behind her did a lot to quell her fears of Harold and of the dark places she had sought refuge in. When she reached a thick oak door set deep into the stone wall, she glanced back at Seymour.
"This door leads to a tunnel which will take us to the stables."
She frowned slightly.
"'Twill be a tight fit for men of your stature."
"Nay as tight as a noose,"
Seymour drawled and moved to open the door.